Hello everyone, this is Sid here, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing the part 2 of my drawing Inside Out Emotions, but as my emotions. So if you've not already watched my first one, then you can watch that one. I'll have a link down below. And if you have already watched that one and you are ready to go, then without further ado, let's get started. So this one, I drew 2 characters, but I drew them in one picture. So it's one picture, but it has 2 characters in it. And these characters are twins, but they don't really look much alike, so they're definitely not like identical twins. But the first twin, who I'll be showing first, is confusion. And these 2 emotions are not really ones that I feel a lot, or not as often as like the one that I'll be doing after them, and the ones that I did before, which were enthusiasm, obsession, and shame. But I do feel confused a lot of the time because that's just how it is. I'm not a very smart person, especially when it comes to like math and stuff, so I get so confused during math class. But basically, since most of the time when I get confused, it's during like school, during math class, I wanted to draw a character who was like a schoolgirl. So lots of animes revolve around like schoolgirls and stuff, so I just looked up some reference pictures of like those types of people. But I wanted to make her look a bit more like actual schoolgirlish than like the anime schoolgirls, because they're just meant to look pretty, honestly. So I decided to give her like this nice diamond sweater. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't really know how to describe it. And then a nice pleated plaid skirt and some fishnet stockings with a longer shirt underneath and a tie and some Converses. And I wanted her to look like she was very smart, but also confused, because like, you know, smart people can get confused too. And honestly, there's some of the people that get confused the most, because, you know, if you're a really smart person, like let's just say Albert Einstein, because he's really famous, then you're always questioning everything around you. So you're like, how come this is the way that this is, and how come that is the way that that is? And that's what leads all those great, really smart people to discover so much things. Like Albert Einstein discovered lots of different formulas for stuff, like E=mc², which I'll have later on. But the only way that he could have discovered that was if he had a question about something, if he was confused about something, and he wanted to figure out the answer. So, while confusion can make you seem like you're dumb at first, once you figure out the answer, once you go through that process, it can make you seem like you're a really smart person. So, I gave her some glasses to try to convey how smart she is, and I put the little pencil behind her ear, although it's kind of darkly colored, so I'm not really sure if you can see it that well. And gave her some little hair clips. I have her hair in these nice, long, curly pigtails, because I just thought that looked cool. And I'll show you my drawing of Cricket, because I did a series last summer, I think about a year ago now, where I drew all the Wings of Fire characters as humans, and Cricket looked a lot like this, but with her actual dragon color palette. So I was thinking to myself, I could maybe do a redesign of all of those characters, but that might take a while because I did 15 of those, and I would want to do all of them if I did one of them, you know? So leave a comment down below if you'd like me to do a redesign of my Wings of Fire characters as humans. So I decided that since the formulas and the math problems and all that stuff were some of the things that made me the most confused, I was going to give my little confusion girl some little thought bubbles where she was thinking about her math problems. Like how I was saying earlier, I put E=mc², and then I put y=mx plus b, which is actually the formula for the slope, I think. And I gave her this little question mark beside her in this little cartoon or comic type fashion to just make her look a little bit more confused. Then the next one that I did was her twin sister, who is Suspicion. I feel suspicion all the time because I don't know why, but I have like trust issues with people. So I feel really bad about like trusting people with stuff, even if it's like my family or my own friends. So I try to be open with them as much as possible, but sometimes it's just not okay with me. So whenever they do stuff that's sort of like fishy, or whenever I just start like doubting them or thinking that they're lying to me, I just get really suspicious of them. So I decided to draw Suspicion as a detective. So I tried to give her this really cute detective outfit. Lots of detectives wear like long trench coats and stuff like that, with like hats over their heads. So I decided to give her like a nice purple trench coat and then a hat, which my hat kind of looks like an old style police hat, which I think is pretty cool. Because I guess detectives are on the police, or they work for the police department. I don't really know how it works, but detectives and police go hand in hand, you know? They help each other out with cases and crimes and all that stuff. But I decided to give her some similar looking shoes, because detectives also wear boots, and some tights, because I feel like a detective would be more likely to wear tights and like longer clothes. They usually wear like lots of layers and stuff like that. And I gave her this nice wavy layered hair also to just match in with the layered look. And I made one of her eyes a bit smaller and one of her eyes a bit bigger, so it gives that like one eyebrow up, one eyebrow down type of look, which I don't really know how to do that actually, but I know some people do know how to do that, and it's a pretty cool thing. And I always feel like it is a good expression of suspicion or feeling suspicious of someone else. So I gave her that, and I gave her this little pack that she wears over her waist to put her little clues that she finds into, and a magnifying glass, because you know you always see detectives with their magnifying glasses. And I also just drew a little exclamation mark next to her so that it looked like she was shocked at what she found. And then the last drawing that I did was Annoyance, because I do get really, really angry, and I have very, very bad anger problems. Like, I will just rage at people. But I thought that anger was a bit too similar to anger in Inside Out, so I wanted to do something very different from that. So I thought Annoyance might be different enough to do and not be like completely similar to anger. But I mean, I'm not sure. Because I feel like Annoyance is more just like you getting bothered by stuff. Not really like actually genuinely upset, but just like kind of ticked off at it. So like I get annoyed very, very easily also. Like if there's loud sounds around me, or people are just like jabbering about something, or there's like a baby crying, I will just like mentally scream in pure insanity, because like I literally can't take it. And then other stuff that just like annoys me really, really badly, I don't know. And basically I just wanted to draw this, like, I wanted her to be like an office worker or like a boss businesswoman. I'm not really sure why. I think probably because like people usually don't have very good relationships with their boss. I feel like that's a common thing. Not everything's like the mafia nanny. You don't always like your boss. But I tried to draw her as like this fancy looking businesswoman. Maybe she's annoyed with her workers because they're not really doing what she wants, or they're not doing stuff fast enough, or not doing stuff well enough for her standards. Maybe they're doing stuff really bad, or maybe she just has way too high of standards. But she's kind of mad at her workers. And she's not really giving them any sort of bad hand mission, but I wanted her to have her fingers sticking out of them, like her pointer finger. And I realized that if I did the pointer finger with the right hand, it would look like the L. So she's just giving them an L because they're such losers, I guess. Or she thinks that they're such losers, and she's not really into what they're doing. And she's just looking down at them with like this very unamused expression. She has her eyes slanted down. She has her mouth perked up in a frown. She is not very happy with them. Her hairstyle is sort of similar to Val from Inside Out, because it has like that piece that's like flipped over, and it has the red, of course, but I just decided to do like that. So when I sent this to my friends, they were like, oh, that looks like the female version of Anger, which I kind of expected that they would get, because of course they're both very like upset looking, and they both have lots of deep dark red colors. But I tried my best to make her look different from Anger, in lightening up her skin, darkening down her clothes, and then just making her look more like classy and formal. and of course more like feminine. So let me know if you think that she looks like Anger or if she looks like her own unique person. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. I'll show you a picture of them together and then all of them together so that you can see what they all look like. And if you enjoyed this video and the last one, please make sure to like and subscribe because it always helps me out so much when you do, and I really do appreciate it. It helps boost my content into the algorithm so that more people can see it, so that's always an amazing thing. And how it helps you is you get to stay tuned and get notified whenever I post a new video. So I shall be posting more drawing videos soon. I'm not sure when, but probably tomorrow. I don't know. But you'll get to watch those. Always remember that if you have any of these emotions, because I mean we're all humans and we all experience them. We experience them in different ways. If we all experience them in the same way, then we wouldn't be special. So that's really a good thing. And, you know, it's always better to let your emotions out in a safe way than keeping them inside, because that can really hurt you sometimes. And I hope that you all have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your summer. And always remember that I love you, and I will see you later. Goodbye!